Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is titled Six Things They Never Told Me About Living in Chicago. All right, we're gonna check this together. Let's check it out.
So here's the thing, you get off the train, right, and you're looking to get to a specific place on foot after doing that, so you follow your GPS and it tells you the directions and you have to look at which streets you're going to be walking across, okay? And so to do that, some helpful signage would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, look across the street here. There isn't any. There's Grand Avenue, that's going that way. But there's no street sign this way. Well, to find it, you have to look behind you on the side of the road you're on. It's right up there. Probably can't see it that well. So that's something that's not particularly unique to Chicago. I remember London failing me on that score. But it's like anything in life. Follow your instinct, even if that instinct leads you to a Jimmy John's by accident. Oh, it's crazy. I'm on the train above ground, as you can see. It's pretty wobbly, but you know, I'm not worried. Why should we be? There's only been one case this year. There's only been one case this year of a train falling off the rails, so I'm not scared, statistically.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You say what? Don't do that. What?
It's not likely to happen. Although it did happen. There's only been one case this year. There's only been one case this year of a train falling off the rails, so I'm not scared. Statistically, it's not likely to happen. Although it did happen. Now that I think about it, that one instance has made me a little nervous. Oh, fall into the trees. It's all good. Nature. I'm all about nature. Could be a quick way of getting home if you're near your house when the train happens to derail.
It's the way you said it, like. But yeah, I mean, accident happens, right? But there's some times like we actually don't pray for anything bad to happen, but still, I don't think like being in a train. I would try to imagine that in my head, like, nah, wait till I get off the train.
So how did I go the whole time, growing up, not knowing that Chicago has a beach, much less one that is, in fact, 15 minutes from my apartment? How lucky am I? Thank you, universe. However, today I've been slightly less lucky because I had a child throw wet sand, at my face. That child has been dealt with severely, not by me. I'm not condoning child-based violence, but on this case it was justified. And also, while I was lying here, I had these two guys stand directly in front of the sun. Not literally, that would kill them, of course, but it blocked out the sun from getting on me, and thus I didn't get my tan sunburn. So, first world problems. And
I like him. But let's even talk about this, right? I- Is it weird for me to say that I've actually not thought of Chicago having a beach? It hasn't actually crossed my mind. It hasn't. It hasn't.
this weather, I've been told by Douglas, who is this guy I met at one of the stations I got off, that this weather persists all year. Mind you, Douglas was trying to get change from me at the time, so not sure how much I believe him. My house. Oh shit! There's a bird. Nearly attacked me. See that? Look at all that brick. Told you. That's bigger brick than usual. We'll see some smaller brick in a minute. This is going to be a fascinating video. Look at the analysis there. Oh, tiny. And that's the kind of brick I'm talking about. It's all over Chicago. And gives it this sort of really lived-in quality.
Makes sense because I've always thought that maybe Americans only build their houses with woods and stuff. But seeing a brick building or makes sense because I know use bricks, right, to build houses. Okay.
that I like, or grungy quality that I don't like. I'm kidding, but you can imagine back in the days of Al Capone, people hiding in these places.
You know that's Wrigley Field, right?
Oh gosh, there's Wrigley Field. That was just accidentally in this segment about bricks. Is Wrigley Field made of bricks? Find
Mostly.
out. Oh, mostly. Good. Find out in the next video. We did the bleach. Look at that. A better view than the bleachers. The bleachers is a term we don't have in England. More on that in another video. In fact, I do intend to do a video devoted to sports terminology differences. But again, more on that later. This us? No, we're up there, aren't we? So another fact about Chicago, and this may be in fact just true of the wider world these days, is everybody here is way younger than me, and I feel both old because of that fact and young at the same time. I did have some video evidence to prove this, but that evidence was confiscated by the police for being indecent. Small-minded, really. Of course, that's mainly true for me because I haven't lived in a major city in 8 years, and 8 years ago I was young like them and pretty, just young, mainly young, and I didn't have that thought at the time. So moving back to a major city in my 30s has put things into perspective, but it's a good perspective. I'm not angry, you know. And
But wait, isn't it? Did he just say 30s? That's not old. Why was I expecting when he said old? I was expecting maybe 50s or 30s. 30s is not old. What? Kidding.
that brings me on to the next point. And finally, here is possibly one of the biggest surprises, is that every Chicagoan that I've interacted with has been really nice. And the reason that's surprising, of course, is because I'm British and I just thought every Chicagoan was a lot like Al Capone and killed everybody and then died of syphilis. But the point is, people are nice here. They're nothing like Kevin Bacon in Planes, Trains and Automobiles. You know, they're nothing like that lawyer in Planes, Trains and Automobiles who tries to steal Steve Martin's taxi and then has him pay for that taxi only for John Candy to steal it away from him. It's not Thanksgiving yet. Can't believe I'm breaking out the Planes, Trains and Automobiles references. It's trains, planes and automobiles, isn't it? It just doesn't matter, does it? Chicagoans are nice.
Ah, I love this regardless. Oh my god. Good experience, beautiful experience. But actually, this is my first video I'm seeing a brick building in America. How many, like, are there states, or let me know which other states they have brick buildings, because I only think that America uses or build their houses with woods and maybe movable houses and stuff. But this looks good regardless. And why haven't I thought about Chicago having a beach? I've never thought of it. It hasn't actually crossed my mind. Like, but yeah, this is good. Good to see. Obviously, I just think that everyone's experience obviously is going to be the same, yeah, be different rather. And I just think people come across different people for different season and all that. So sometimes you might meet people who are nice, sometimes you might meet people who may not necessarily not be nice, but maybe they've just had a long day and they're just not in the mood to welcome people. That's not an excuse to be rude to anybody, anyways. But I just think everyone's experience obviously is most likely gonna be different. But still, I just think that, yeah, lots of people most of the time come across really nice people at the end of the day when you go to a new country, or when you move to a new country. But this is good still. I enjoy this, but obviously this, when I'm in a train, I will not think like something bad is gonna happen because it already happened. I wait till when I get off the train or get off before I think of that because the sound of that is scary. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.